All right. So, hey, everybody. I know I did not plan to go live. I just decided to go live. So, nobody's probably watching, and that's okay. I am going to pull up here on my YouTube channel somehow. There we go. Just so I can see any kind of chat you guys have. Let me push pause over here. So, as most of you know, hey, Bobby Brass, how are you? So, back in what, February? I don't even remember when. I took a trip to Philadelphia. And actually, let me share my screen. I'll show some lovely pictures of, let's see here. We'll do, oh heck, I'll just do all of them. I'll just do my entire desktop. You can see everything on my desktop. Lord help us all. All right, so I went to Philadelphia to meet Copper Dan. Copper Dan! And we went to Chinatown for dinner. We had a little issue with the first restaurant, but then we went to the spa place and it was amazing. It was good enough for our little rendezvous, and got to meet Copper Dan, you know, all the joys and lovely things. And let me go over here and just go to live chat and then make sure my screen is actually sharing. I'm doing all this stuff, procrastinating here, letting people join. I see a bunch of people have hopped on. K Pro hopped on. Okay, Larry. Crap. Let me go over there. Yep, screen sharing. Okay, I can chill out with that now. Let's see here. William's here. Hey, William. Rudy Green. Got a couple of you guys in the house tonight. But anyway, so I went to Philadelphia months ago with Copper Dan. Actually, let me go to my little lovely photos and I can tell you exactly when I went, because that's the great thing with technology, right? It was February 20th. February 20th, I met Copper Dan in person for the first time. And again, Chinatown, Philadelphia, me, Copper Dan, great old time talking about stuff. And it was great because Copper Dan talked like the entire time. He didn't even have time to ask me any questions. It was perfect. I got to find out all of his Jack inside information, but he didn't get any of mine. Played that card right. Just kept asking questions. People love it when you ask questions. They really do. So anyway, so here I am in Philly with Copper Dan, and at the end, because I had a 2-hour ride home back to my little town in Maryland, and I go to my car. I say goodbye to Copper Dan on a street corner, and I'm like, oh, my car's down here. And I'm like, nice to meet you. Have a great night. Enjoy the walk back to the hotel. It was cold. I go to find my car. My car isn't there. And I was really furious. And there was another Asian couple there, and their car wasn't there either. So there was a sign here, and let me show you the sign. I took a picture of it, of course. This sign right here was there, and it said no stopping to up the street. I did not stop there. I stopped where it said motors and scooters only, 12-hour parking, Monday to Saturday, 8 to 10. It did not say that I couldn't park there on a Sunday. And I don't know. I'm used to being in cities where it says, you know, who can park when, like when you can't park someplace. And I thought between the hours of 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. on Monday to Saturday, only motorcycles and scooters were allowed to park there. Had no idea that a car could not park there on a Sunday. So I was frantic and had to figure stuff out. Obviously, I couldn't share the room with Copper Dan. I mean, that would just be way too weird. So I got a hotel room at, I think it was a Hilton that was right there. In the morning, I actually carpooled to the tow place with the cute little Asian couple that I met on the street who also had their car towed. And so then I had to pay $200+ to get my car out. Oh, and furious, but I got home. I was able to start work by 10 o'clock that Monday morning. My boss was very kind. I am apparently the most interesting person she knows. Apparently, I live a very interesting life, and I really did not see how that was until this happened. And I'm like, wow, you know, I probably am the most interesting person that she knows. I get myself into all kinds of situations. But I tried to fight the ticket because that sign did not say I could not park a car there on a Sunday. It didn't say anything about Sundays. So I had went onto their website and I wrote a very long little email to them and I posted the pictures and I was very upset. And I got a letter back today. So I know I told you guys I would keep you updated. So I got the letter back today, and the letter, I will read it. I can't believe it. It says, "Dear Mr. slash S Shannon Blair," which hopefully I will only have that last name legally for a few more weeks. Thank you for contacting the parking violations branch regarding a parking ticket, in parentheses with an S, so parking tickets. It is our pleasure to assist you. After researching this issue, we have found that the sign or signs is properly posted and clearly visible. Therefore, the ticket is valid and must be paid in full or disputed within 10 calendar days of the date of this letter to avoid penalties. And then it goes into how I can pay. You notice how nice they are in this letter. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please, all this lovely language. So I guess I can try disputing it one more time. I mean, this ticket is only $51. The tow was over 200. I mean, they got the majority of my money. Why do they need an extra $50? So I don't know if I want to try to fight it some more or if I should just suck it up and pay the $51. I will probably pay the $51 just because I don't like drama and I don't like worrying about things. I really don't. If you guys know me, I am not a drama queen. Try to stay out of it. But I mean, just I don't know. I have grown up in Baltimore and DC. I have parked in some of the shadiest neighborhoods in these cities. I mean, I've never had my car towed before. I have never misunderstood a sign or what it meant. So resident parking is free in Boston to anyone on Sundays. I did not know that, but Goldilocks, that's actually a great thing to know because I will be in Boston at the beginning of June. My home office is up there. So I will actually be going up there and I will be flying in on a Sunday. So I will try to find some trouble to get into on Sunday before I have to show up to work on Monday. Copper Dan said that moment made the hairs on his headstand. Let's see here. What do we have in the chats? Let's see here. Not much. Thank goodness. Okay. Copper Dan farts while he sleeps, asking for a friend. I don't know. I did not sleep with Copper Dan. I had my own hotel room, and my hotel room was blocks and blocks and blocks away from Copper Dan. He felt so bad. I mean, he really wanted to help, and I'm like, Copper Dan, like, no, like I can handle this. I'm a big girl. I've done worse, crazier things in my life. So let's see. Reciprocating saw would fix that sign. Oh, I guess I'm just really mad. But what's hilarious is after this whole experience, and I went live and was complaining about it on Snapchat, which I will say, if you guys do not follow me on Snapchat, you need to follow me on Snapchat because that's where I am the most active. And if you want to see like inside hidden things into my life, all the behind the scenes stuff, Snapchat is follow me on Snapchat. But I mean, apparently the Philadelphia Parking Authority, or whatever they're called. What are they called? I guess it is just a Philadelphia Parking Authority or Pennsylvania Parking, whatever they are. Apparently they are total assholes. Apparently this is like a huge thing in Philadelphia where, I mean, if you saw the size of the lot, and I was talking to the lot attendant because I know that people have jobs and I know it's not their fault that, they're not the meanies. They're not the ones that made up these rules and all this stuff. I can't take it out on them. So I am super nice to everybody. I'm cracking jokes. It's like 7:30 in the morning. And I am just being so stupid because I had to be. I had to be stupid because otherwise I would just want to punch something and cry. But no, in order to live my best life, I must laugh at all the horrible things that happened to me. And I was asked, and he said like on like Friday, Saturday, Sundays, like it is insane the amount of cars that come through that parking lot. And as I was picking up my car, it was tow truck after tow truck after tow truck after tow truck. As soon as that lot opens in the morning, the tow trucks are just ready to go. And I mean, it was just one after another bringing another car. And I mean, some of them were nice ass cars too. You know, I mean, they're ready. This is what the city of Philadelphia is known for. So if you ever decide to go to Philadelphia, don't park your car anywhere unless it's a parking garage, but make sure you read the signs on the parking garages too, because I have had my car locked behind a gate and a padlock on a Sunday because the parking garage closed on a Sunday and they actually locked it up. It blows my mind that a city can be like this, but I guess you got to make your money somehow. K-Pro, what the hell is Snapchat? Okay, so if you don't know what Snapchat is, it's an app, okay? Like, wow, it's one of those things you put on your phone. The best thing about Snapchat is if you can post publicly to everybody, and that picture is only on for 24 hours and then it goes away forever. Or you can send pictures personally to somebody. And if you send it personally to somebody, they open it up and they look at it. And then when they close it, it goes away. So there's no evidence that picture ever existed. And then if they do a screenshot, if they try to be sneaky and screenshot it, it'll actually notify you that they screenshotted that picture. So then you can find out who the shady mofos are and you can never trust them again and you never send them another picture. So Snapchat is a lot better. No, Snapchat is not like Discord. Nobody can just go on there and rant at like 4 a.m. in the morning and, you know, for attention. Anyway, let's not talk about Discord. At least Tampa only takes a time. Well, do they really just take the tires off the car in Tampa, William? Is that really what they do? I've never parked in downtown Tampa. My brother lives outside of Tampa and Sefner, and I saw your bathroom remodel, and just to let you know, I was not joking about coming to visit. I will message you and we'll coordinate a time for me to come to Florida and visit. So just to let you know. Let's see here. I mean, because I can, Tony, like they get big money regardless of the kind of car. You know, it's like they charge a flat like $200 fee. I think depends on how fast you get it out of tow. I don't know if Snapchat's a $44 billion app, but I know I love it. Like I love Snap because, all right, so like I'm trying to be more active on Instagram because I let that go for a while. So if you don't follow me on IG, please go over to Instagram and follow me there. I'm trying to build up my followers on there. I'm trying to post pictures more often on there. And I have like so many, I think I have like 1,400 posts. It just shows you how long I've been on Instagram. Twitter, I kind of cleaned that out and got back on there, but it's, I hate Twitter. I hated Twitter before Elon Musk bought it. Okay. Just an FYI, like Twitter hasn't been fun since 2010 when it was like the first real social media thing that I was really active on. And I mean, I just got into so much trouble. I mean, you could post all kinds of jokes and all kinds of like whatever was in my head, I could put on Twitter under like a fake name. Because of course I wasn't using Shannon on Twitter. I had other names. And I could post some really funny stuff and not have to worry about anybody knowing who posted it. And then you would have the private DMs. And I got into so much trouble on Twitter back in 2010. But it hasn't been fun since then. Like every time I log onto Twitter, I don't want to scroll through anything because I feel like I'm voluntarily going to war. And that might sound stupid. So if anything, I hope Elon Musk does something cool with Twitter because Twitter sucks. I mean, I don't know how that's worth so many billions of dollars. I have no idea. I mean, does anybody actually even look at Twitter or use Twitter unless you're trying to do something bad or shame somebody? I mean, I don't see how Twitter has any value. If you guys spend time on Twitter, I am so sorry about your lives because I can't do Twitter anymore. It's too boring. Pictures, Instagram, I can totally scroll through pictures, especially when you follow some cute people. I mean, remember, single, ready to mingle. And we're getting closer to that year mark. Okay. So hey, JK, nothing. I wanted to let everybody know that I got a letter back from the Philadelphia parking authority, and they want me to mail them the check for $51 because they still say that their sign was legit and that I was an idiot for parking there. And maybe I was just so excited to see Copper Dan, and I'm so excited I found a parking spot. Oh, lordy. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So I know Tony said something about coming on and hanging out with me. Tony, are you gonna come on and hang out with me or what? He's not on here yet, and I know I don't have a waiting room set up. Maybe he can't figure out how to use it. How to get in here. But yeah, no, Tony, because I can, I had posted a picture on my Facebook story, and it was of just cherry blossoms off of one of my Japanese cherry blossom trees. I don't know what it's called. Oh, there he comes. And he liked it so much that he asked if he could use it in his catalog he's putting together for art that he puts on canvases. And he sent me one. It was so sweet of him. I was so excited. He said it would probably come in 2 weeks. And honestly, I kind of forgot about it. Like, I was like, yeah, right. He's going to send me some art. And he did. Okay. So Tony, where's your face? Why can't I see your face? Oh, and I have you on mute. So I can't.
I'm working on it.
Let me finagle some stuff. And
here we go.
Headphones. Hold on a second, because I don't want any feedback to happen. So hold on.
Hopefully I'm not echoing. Hopefully I shut the right stuff down.
No, you're not echoing. I just wanted to get this on here. This is my first time seeing your face live and in person, because you didn't make it to Vegas. Oh my goodness.
I didn't make it to Vegas. I am so sorry. No. And I wanted to go so bad.
You were one of the people that did not come because of weather. Another one was Kevin. Like everybody's messaging me. There's all these people I can't wait to meet. And then stupid weather kept you guys from coming. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't even know until I got to the airport.
Oh my God, that sucks.
Yeah.
Now, where exactly do you live at? What state do you live in?
I'm in Iowa.
Oh, what part of Iowa?
Yeah. On the Iowa-Illinois border, where the Mississippi runs east to west.
All right. Do you know where Osage, Iowa is? Do you know where Osage is? Do you know where Osage, Iowa is?
Osage? Yeah.
Osage. I always say that wrong. Yeah, my aunt. I have an aunt that lives out there. They
That's cool.
They had thousands and thousands and thousands of acres of land, and yeah, they had a huge pig farm. And what's hilarious is her last name is Slaughter, and they were pig farmers. No joke.
That's hilarious.
No joke. It is. And when I was a kid, I thought they got that name on purpose. I thought they were able to sign up for that name or something. So stupid, but yeah. But anyway. So
we're just idiots out wandering around.
You guys just, I mean, can I just say, I remember driving through Iowa for the first time, and we were coming back from Minnesota. My cousin, she lives in like south of St. Paul, I guess it is, Minnesota. So we were coming straight down through Iowa to cut across like South Illinois and Indiana. And I'm on this road, and it's just like a two lane road. Okay. We're going through fields. We're going through lots of fields. And I look over and I'm like, have you seen a speed limit for a while? Like, I don't remember seeing a speed limit for a long time. And this is before your phone, like the GPS told you what the speed limits were. So all of a sudden we get to like this small cluster of houses, and I see a speed limit sign for 40 miles per hour. I'm like, okay, cool. That's a speed limit sign. Okay. 40 miles an hour. Get to the end of this cluster of houses, and it says end of 40 miles an hour. And I'm like, does that mean I get to go as fast as I want? I was like so excited.
That's exactly what it means.
We were in a rental car, and I just floored it. I was like, yes. I was like, this is awesome. I had no idea that existed in America. I was so excited. Yeah. I had a little bit of fun in Iowa that day. So
welcome to Iowa.
Yeah. I won't move there. You guys get a little too much snow. And I heard stories about here. Yeah, I heard stories about tornadoes. So definitely won't be doing any of that. So I really don't want to talk about anything else, but I got to ask you. So what do you think about this whole court document that we got to see on Sunday? Have you gotten a chance to check that out?
I missed it. I did not.
It's Wednesday. You haven't checked it out yet? What have you been doing with your life? I have a job too. I worked 11 hours today, and I worked like 10 or 11 hours on Monday, and then did a live show with K-Pro and Cynthia, so I mean, and I hung out with people last night.
You're better than an Iowan.
I mean, I'm just all excited. So there was this, I can't even remember what it is, and I just took off the PDF. But basically, it's where the government is trying to keep Jack's testimony, I guess, quiet, sealed, or have him not give a disposition in the whole McCracken case, because what he says could reveal a fragile environment that's not prepared for people like us to go tramping around it. And it just so happens that it's pretty much signed by like the head lady over at Yellowstone. So it kind of confirms definitely that it was in Yellowstone, which is really exciting. So whether people want to believe that's confirmation or not, because, this community, it's huge conspiracy theorists everywhere. So.
Yeah. The only thing I can say is, people, you think what you want. It's your life. You live it.
So what do you think? Do you think it was in Yellowstone?
Could have been.
Could have been. Okay. Because I can has cut the cord of being obsessed like you and I, Shannon. Ha ha ha. Okay, I'm not obsessed. Okay, like I want to just say thank you to Christy real fast, because she keeps me up to date on things, so I don't have to do any work.
Yeah, I've got the cord.
I mean, I don't watch really any videos unless I do watch most of Cal and K-Pro's videos, just because if there's any info, I know they're going to have it. And, there might be a few people I still talk to about things on the back end, but I mean, seriously, my life has been really busy lately. So I'm just got my motorcycle license. Can't wait to buy a motorcycle.
How did that go?
I thought I told you.
Have you got your bike yet?
I haven't gotten the bike yet. No. So I went to Texas for MotoGP, which, if you don't know what MotoGP is, it's a motorcycle Grand Prix. It is like the fastest bikes and the fastest riders in the world. Go ahead. I'll tell everybody else what it is. And it is like these guys go all the way around the world, different countries, different places. And there's only one stop in the United States, and that is in Austin, Texas at Circuit of the Americas. So I watched a documentary that somebody had told me I should watch, and I was watching it while I was working. It's one of those things where I have it on the iPad and I'm working and I'm not really paying attention, but this documentary, I kept finding myself doing this. I just kept staring at it and being like, how do bikes not fall over? And sometimes they do, sometimes they slide out, but I was so mesmerized by this. And like race car, races, that stuff's boring to me. I would rather be in the car driving, but the motorcycle stuff just blew my mind. So I signed up to go to MotoGP. And then a friend of mine, a guy that I've been dating, who's I guess more of a friend now, but he was like, we got to get you on the track. So I was talking to another friend who rides a motorcycle, a really fast one, a BMW 1000 something or other. And he was like, you may not even know if you like to ride a motorcycle. Why don't you just sign up for the motorcycle class and take it, try it out and see if you like it. So as soon as I got back from Texas, I took the class and I failed the first test, the first road test. What happened was Saturday, we practiced on the bikes. There was a road hazard in the road, in the parking lot area. So they made us come back on Tuesday. So we show up Tuesday, it's 37 degrees. During that day, it rained on us, it sleeted on us, it snowed on us. And I killed it all day long. I mean, what'd you say?
At least it didn't piss on you.
I mean, the sky kind of
did. I'm here for comedic relief.
Yeah. Okay. Is that what it is? So,
yeah.
And then
that's what I'm going to call it.
Yeah. So I killed it all day long. The first time I attempted the U-turn, figure 8 things, not a problem. And then as soon as the guy said, okay, this is the skills practice part, I lost the friction zone, like going slow on a motorcycle. I could not get my right hand and my left hand and my foot to work with the rear brake. I mean, I swear to God, like it was like, it just went out the window, and then the anxiety started. And I am not somebody who lets anxiety get to her. I'm about meditation and yoga and centering oneself. And I somehow got in my head and I freaked the fuck out. And so when it came time to do crystal Bible, I got all my little crystals back here.
I got all three of them.
I actually put this one, the citrine, in my bra earlier when I was working because I needed some extra energy, and I forgot it was there. And then I bent over and it fell out. I was like, oh, whoops. I do that. It's like a perfect pocket for crystals. I know you guys all think I'm crazy, but that's okay.
Cool?
Maybe. Okay. But I'm going to finish talking about this motorcycle thing. So anyway, so I rescheduled the test, went back on Sunday. I had maybe 20 minutes to practice before the test, but I passed the test on Sunday. So I am officially a licensed motorcycle rider. Look out, people. Now I just got to buy a bike. So when do you get to Philly? K-Pro, I'm never going to Philadelphia again. I'm never going to Philly again, ever. I'm boycotting the city of Philadelphia because they screwed me. They stole my car, and then they made me pay to get it back. I'm just, screw them all. Let's see here. Let me just go through this. So the woman, I will take it back. I don't know what they're, I guess they're talking about that. I have not test driven the motorcycle that I want to get yet. I sat on it while I was in Austin, but I never ridden a motorcycle before, so I didn't know what to look for. So I got to find time to go. I could have gone tonight. The problem is I get off work at 5 and most of those places close by 6. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to go, because this Friday, my baby turns 20 on Friday. Can you believe that? It's like insane that I have a baby that's 20 years old. And then on Saturday, we're going to go skydiving and we're going to jump out of an airplane together. It's a kind of like a combo birthday, Mother's Day present thing. So I wanted to do it for Mother's Day. She's off her birthday weekend. So we're going to go jump out of an airplane together. I'm doing all the things that can kill me this year. So, all right. So what do you want to show me, Tony?
This is a big tiger's eye.
Is it unpolished?
Yep. Unpolished.
Where'd you get it from?
I got it in North Carolina.
Did you find it yourself or did you buy it?
Well, we went, I over the holidays, I was down visiting my dad, and we went to a sluice. They sell big buckets of dirt. With all these rocks in it. I mean, here's a citrine.
Nice.
It's pretty beat up. It's pretty beat up.
Yeah, this is my citrine. I think she's beautiful. Look, I love
that tip.
I know. I love the tip. I love the tip too. I love the tip too, Tony. I love the tip.
Well, was that too much?
No, not at all.
There's a big rose quartz.
Yeah, I don't think I have my rose quartz in here. I have a heart-shaped rose quartz. It's polished. She's really pretty.
Yeah, I got all 3 of these rocks down there.
That's awesome. This is a fluorite, and
nice.
It actually, like, you can't really tell, but it actually has like these streaks of purple in it at different angles. But anyway, this was my daughter Sammy's, and I guarantee you she probably stole it from somebody. So if anybody's watching and this belonged to them, I'm so sorry, but she was quite the thief. Sammy had very sticky fingers, but now it protects me. I cleansed it. I got rid of all the bad juju from it, but yeah. And then
I carry a labradorite in my pocket every day.
You do? Do you ever cleanse it or recharge it?
Yep. I got a couple of these and I set them on the windowsill. Let the sun hit it.
Look at you. I'm so proud of you. I'm really bad about like recharging with like full moons. I'm so bad. And I keep like most of the blinds in my bedroom closed for I have lots of windows so for apparent reasons. Um this is I have lots of selenite, but this is like my office one. It is just so weird. And okay, so I know all you people are here like um K Pro wants to know where anywhere near Raleigh in North Carolina.
It was in Hiddenite, North Carolina.
Where's that at?
Uh,
In comparison to like
area.
the big cities.
Winston-Salem.
So that's kind of like
area.
what is that like? Is that kind of north of
North of
Charlotte?
Charlotte.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So not really near Raleigh. But okay,
No,
selenite. Do you have any
kind of in the middle?
do you have any selenite or selenite
I
or
do
whatever?
not.
So
I do
these
not.
things are awesome. I know everybody on here is like, why are we talking about crystals? Because we're talking about whatever we want to
Because
talk
we
about tonight.
can.
So
There
selenite,
you
like
go.
if,
That's why.
as I can. So selenite is kind of like a cleansing thing, and you can buy wands, like just sticks of it. But if you take it and when you like, you can like just like basically brush all the negativity, like negative energy off of you and like cleanse your spirit. And it's so funny because every time I use these, when I do that, I literally get cold chills and it freaks me out. It's like, how does that happen? But it's
It's an
so
awesome
cool.
feeling, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, I have some other things back here too. I have lapis because I need to build on my intuition.
Oh yeah.
I think this is strawberry quartz. Hold on, I could probably look it up. And then I have hematite because I need a sword. I need a shield to protect me from all the negative energy, especially the stuff from some of the people in the community.
You know, if you carry hematite and it's a solid stone when you start carrying it, when it cracks, get rid of it because that has soaked up your negative energy.
I was wearing a ring, a hematite ring, and I was playing with it. I was having dinner with a friend of mine who was up from North Carolina, actually. Man, North Carolina is just a popular freaking state, isn't it? And I'm sitting there and we're talking and it's good vibes. And then all of a sudden the ring just splits into two. And I'm like, this is a bad sign, dude.
I gotta go.
Well, he was driving me home. So that was, no, I mean, but he like literally freaked out when I was like, it absorbed too much negative energy. He was like, what did I do? It was hilarious. You should have seen his face. It was so cute. It was like all your fault. JK, I think your silver, hold on, I got all these coins up here somewhere. I keep your silver. No, that's the wrong one. You guys are all looking at my armpit. I do apologize. Let me scoot over and stand up. Oh no, maybe I don't.
Now we just see your butt.
What? Really? I mean, it is big enough. Lord knows. Okay. I lied. I thought I had. Now I'm wondering what happened to the silver coin. JK gave me that silver coin and I thought I had it up with my World Series of Fen stuff and I don't. Maybe I put it in a safe place. More than likely it's in my safe. But
it's that one safe place that you forgot about.
No, I only have like one safe place for things like silver. Like, like my silver bar is definitely in a nice safe place. I thought I had it up there. I know I have my World Series of Fen chip that you didn't get because you didn't go to Vegas. Yeah. And I have
a little
pirate thing that Dart gave me. Yeah, I'm gonna keep rubbing it in. And then, but you're gonna go next year, right? Or you're gonna try
I'll be there next year. I'll walk if I have to.
So K Pro, when's the next World Series of Fen? Mike Hunt says I need to be cleansed. I mean, I can get some sage and some crystals out, bro. I mean, we can definitely do that. I can do a reading too. Silver bar, under the silver bar. What? It's probably under the silver bar. But like I said, that's in a safe place. I had to put that in a very safe place because that's kind of like in case of emergency, I can sell it, next year. Very funny, JK. Yes. I mean, I can't wait for the next World Series event. I'm so disappointed. about like, oh my gosh. So I went on, what was it, Sunday, I think, and I said how like I was canceling planning the East Coast meetup, which broke my heart. Always on the weekend before the playoffs and Super Bowl, cheap hotels that way. Okay, so just whenever the Super Bowl is, the Pro Bowl weekend, that's when it is. So just go ahead and plan. So you can go ahead and book your ticket now since you
I
have
can
that
book that flight
credits.
now. Yeah.
Yes, you
The flight
can.
I've already paid for and got screwed out of.
Yes, you can do that. Yay. Mike, where do you live?
I think I
What
will.
state do you live in? Um,
Iowa.
what was I saying before that? I am so easily distracted. Oh, how I had to cancel it. So guess what I received yesterday? I received an email back from William Umstead State Park. And it was like, I am so sorry. It's taken me so long to get back to you. And I'm like, I already canceled. I'm not gonna go plan it again. I feel like something weird is going to happen and I don't know what it is. And I hope it's nothing major. But yeah, like I feel like I should not commit to anything, and planning it by myself. When it was the three of us talking about it, that's one thing. Because if something happens to one of us, the other two could have carried it out, so may do something pretty big this year. Wait to confirm it. Yes. Oh, okay. Yes. K-Pro, do something huge. Yes. I'm always willing to help. But I'm planning another trip, guys, and maybe you guys can help me in deciding what to do here. Okay. So I have a friend, who moved to Hawaii for the Air Force years ago. I mean, I think this was like 2 men ago. So it was probably like 2014, 2015 ish. And after my daughter Sammy passed away, he messaged me and he was like, if you ever need to get away, if you ever need to escape, you can always come to Hawaii. Well, I was with Steve. I couldn't just escape. Like there was no way I could be like, hey, I'm spending $1,000 on an airplane ticket to go leave you for a week. So when he heard about Steve, he of course again messaged me and was like, just a reminder, if you ever need an escape from life and you want to come to the islands, you can come here. And for some reason, I just haven't actually thought about it. And then he put a comment on my Facebook post about getting my motorcycle license saying how I could come ride motorcycles in Hawaii because he's no longer with the Air Force. Him and his woman, they like rent out cars and motorcycles, and he's got a plane and he's got a boat. And so I'm going to Hawaii this summer. It'll be my last
Can I go
trip.
too?
No. So this is my last hurrah. So if most of you guys have heard me talk about how I'm in a year of relationship rehab, I have never been single for longer than like 3 months. Apparently, like I'm hot on the market. So like I've never been single for longer than that. Plus my love language. Thank you, Tony. Plus my love language is physical attention. So I'm kind of like a physical attention whore. So anytime, I mean, like I tend to be like, oh, you want to give me physical attention? Let me just just grab a hold of you and not let go. So this has been a really big process for me because I've had to explore a lot of things. Shannon, I need a girlfriend to go with. Man, Mike would kill you if I took you to Hawaii. JK, he lives on Honolulu, but the plan is he has like, I think it's a little Cessna. So here's my dilemma. Originally I was like, okay, well, I can easily go from a Wednesday to a Wednesday. That way I still have 2 work days each of those weeks. He messaged me. He messaged me and said, that's not enough time. You need to stay longer. And I'm like, stay longer than a week in Hawaii? Meanwhile, just so you know, all I have to pay for is my flight to Hawaii and my food and my drinks and anything like that. But he says I can use the motorcycles. I can use a car. So I won't have to pay for that stuff. And I get to camp out on his 34-foot sailboats for as long as I want for free. And so here's my problem. do I just go for the week and be responsible because I have chickens? And if I leave my garden in August, at the beginning of August, end of July, I'm going to come back to a freaking jungle. When we took the road trip to Nebraska last year, like a week away, the garden was like insanely crazy because it needs like daily upkeep that time of year. So should I go to Hawaii for a week or should I go to Hawaii for 2 weeks? Because if we go for 2 weeks, that's 2 weekends that we get to island hop in his little plane and I get to see more islands. So what should I do?
Go home.
JK says
Go
10
big
days
or go
minimum.
home.
With how much airfare is, I will fly out on a Wednesday because I'm going to see the Black Keys in concert Monday night. So I'll leave on a Wednesday because Thursday's too expensive. And then if I come home, it'll probably be coming home either the Wednesday the following week or the Tuesday of that following week, just because of how airfare rise. She's like, oh yeah, she need a friend. Oh, honestly, I am just this will be the end of my year. If I go for the 2 weeks, this will almost fall exactly on like the year anniversary of when I told Steve that I wanted the annulment and I wanted him to move out. It'll be almost a year exactly. I think it's like a week off. So 2 weeks, trust me, John, 2 weeks. Needs to bring a ball with me, Wilson, if she gets settled on that plane. Oh my gosh.
I'm going on a trip too.
I know you're going on a trip. Are you excited?
I am so stoked.
All right, tell me all about your trip. So now that I talked about Hawaii, let's bring it back to the chase. Talk about Yellowstone.
I'm going to Yellowstone.
Now, have you been before? Have you been before?
Last time I was at Yellowstone, I was probably around 11.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
So I was just a kid.
So where are you camping at?
I haven't really decided yet. I'm thinking Pahaska Teepee on the east side, but I'm not sure.
Oh, you should stay somewhere on the west side. Be closer to all the good stuff.
Yeah. Sadly to say, it's not really chase related. This is more of a spiritual journey.
Really? Please do explain while I make a comment back to Packer Jack.
Okay.
Talk about the spiritual journey.
I was separated in 2020 and it's hard talking about myself, damn it, but yeah,
it's healing to talk about yourself.
I want to be free. Yeah, it's about me being me and doing me. That's about it. I just want to get my mind right so I can move forward. Thinking about closing this chapter in Iowa. I've been here for almost 48 years. Time to go, man.
Man, I feel like the same way. Like I can't wait to sell this house and move someplace else. And I have no idea where I'm supposed to go. But it's almost like I feel like the universe has a plan, and I'm just gotta kind of wait to see what that plan is. I know I can't move to Hawaii.
I am
because
totally on board with that.
Yeah, I know I can't move to Hawaii because
Totally.
my company won't let me work out of Hawaii. There's certain states I can't keep my job and move to. So like I can't move to Colorado, can't move to Washington, can't move to California, can't move I think to Montana or Wyoming. It's one of those states. I can't move to Hawaii. And it's all because of tax and stuff. So Colorado has a thing where you have to post like salaries when you post a job, like everything has to be kind of open. So if we go in there, then we have to expose all of our pay rates. So we won't do that. California's just stupid.
Wyoming doesn't even have state tax, does it?
I don't think so, but I have no idea. But yeah, we have like Texas a whole list. I mean, yeah. I mean, I will say like when I go places, I always think, could I live here? And Texas was the first, and it's so funny because I've had exes from Texas, or exes who lived in Texas for like
Oh
military.
my, yeah,
Oh my, I lived in
Texas.
Texas. I've had exes that have lived in Texas for military time, like while like they were out there like on different bases, and they have always tried to convince me that that's where we should move. We should move to Texas, and I'm like, fuck Texas. Like, who wants to live in Texas? And then I went to Texas, and I didn't like Dallas before. I'd been to Dallas. I liked Fort Worth, but man, I got to drive in San Antonio and Austin, and people in Texas, they know how to drive. They don't drive like East Coast people. Like, they actually know how to drive, and they use their accelerator, and they get out of your way when you're coming up on them. Like, I was like, I belong here. Yeah, that was a scary feeling. Now, I don't know about riding a motorcycle there. I don't know if I could keep up with traffic on a motorcycle yet. But yeah, I was actually, but the problem is too, like Austin, Californians have like really driven up real estate prices in Austin, so I couldn't afford to live there. But
John
anyway,
Miller, are you talking to me about me not being old enough to remember the Brady Bunch? I remember the Brady Bunch.
I remember the Brady Bunch. If you're not old enough to remember this, but even the Brady Bunch stayed for 2 weeks. Or oh, I don't remember the Brady Bunch Hawaii
The
episode.
Hawaii, yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that. Or 2 episodes. I guess that was kind of like a week in their lives, right? Like every week they came on for a show. That is hilarious. Oh my gosh. No, I mean, if I move someplace, I would like to, I definitely won't move to Wyoming, and I won't move to Montana. I loved Yellowstone and like Cameron area, like west of West Yellowstone, like west of like Earthquake Lake, like that valley like spoke to me. But here's the problem. I don't want to go anywhere that has more snow than I get in Maryland. And we don't get a lot of snow in Maryland. So if there's a place with more snow, like Iowa, I'm not going there. You know, it's just I want better weather. I want better growing conditions. Like, I want to be able to grow food. I don't want to rely on grocery stores and processed stuff. Like, I like growing my own food. And so I want a better grow zone, but I also don't want to have to worry
Iowa's
about
perfect.
flooding.
You got good soil.
You got good soil, but I can make good soil anywhere I go. That's what the chicken shit is for. I mean, I got the chickens for compost to help the soil conditions, and then I was like, wow, I like the eggs. Like, I eat eggs every day. Most days, like most, there's more days during the week where all I eat is eggs and cheese, and that's it. Like, I don't eat a lot of other food. Might also explain why I keep losing weight. So I don't know.
Yes,
In Iowa, they turn left from the far right lane. Mary, I did not experience that. I know trucks do it, but do they really do that?
We turn left from the cornfields.
Oh my goodness. I hear Amber Heard could help out with the soil. Ha 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 ha. Oh my God, that trial is a trip. Oh my goodness. That like Johnny Depp. I didn't realize that it's like an hour and a half. They're having court an hour and a half away from me in Fairfax County because of whatever reason. I forget. I know I read it, but I didn't even realize
they were screaming.
They
were screaming that.
But I could go there. I could go there if I really wanted to, which I'm not going to, because apparently the lines to try to get a seat in that courthouse are insane. Like, people are camping out trying to get in that courtroom. It is hilarious. Yeah, JK, Mother's Day is what? Not this weekend, but next weekend. So here in Maryland, they say that we can put stuff in the ground after Mother's Day. And I have a ton of tomatoes and peppers and eggplants, and I don't know if any of my okra took off. Like, I'm so far behind on my garden and stuff this year. I just planted seeds for my lettuce and kales and beets and turnips and carrots and radishes and Swiss chard. I'm so far behind. I've been living life.
You're making me hungry.
You know what? I haven't had dinner. I had some a little bit for lunch, but I haven't had any dinner. But that's the problem. Like, I do intermittent fasting. So when it gets this late, I won't eat past like 8 o'clock. So it's like, I'll just eat tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm on the seafood diet.
You see food and you eat it. Yeah,
Yes,
no, I used like right before COVID started, I started this like 6 week keto challenge, and it was like it's 6 weeks sugar free. So you got to keep your carbs under like 20 grams a day. And it basically, like during the 6 weeks, like it was an educational class. So they're teaching you about how there's three fuel sources. There's carbs, proteins, and fats, like healthy fats. And basically, like carbs are the fastest consumed. So if you eat bread, you're going to get energy, but then it's going to go away like really like as quickly as it comes on. So then your body's going to be like, I'm hungry again. So if you only eat like protein, healthy fats, and vegetables, like you're like never hungry. Like and I mean, you save so much money on food. It's crazy. Like if you can cut out sugars, eat like no sugar, like no real sugar, no sugar like substitutes or anything like that. And if you can limit your carbs to less than like 50 a day, you get to a place where your body's like, oh, you're feeding me actual food. Thank you. As a reward, I'm not going to make you hungry for the next 12 hours. It's insane. It is insane how it works. Because I used to eat, I feel like nonstop. I was always hungry. Or if I didn't eat, I get a headache. But it was because of the stupid sugars. Like sugar is so bad. And in America, like you can't go to the grocery store and buy anything that doesn't have sugar in it. It's so, yeah. Anyway, I'll get off my pedestal now.
I eat like crap and I'm still good.
Well, that's good for you. Okay. All right. Let's see if there's anything new in chat. Meat. Huh? I love red meat. But the problem is, but here's the thing. If you're eating carbs with your red meat, then you're doing your heart a bad thing. If you cut out the carbs, you can have all the red meat. You can have all the butter, like like in the cheeses and everything else.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, JK, I none of my tomatillos would start this year. Like none of my seeds like sprouted for my tomatillos. That's the only thing I wish I had right now. Okay, he was probably being sued. He's in court because cocaine is on his side. Davio's here. I just noticed you're in the house. What's up? So yeah, we're not really talking about anything tonight. We're just chatting and having a little bit of fun. I had to talk about my parking ticket. And how I have to pay it or decide to try to fight it again, which I'm not, right? I'm not going to try to fight it anymore, right? I'm just going to pay it. Isn't that right, Tony? Just pay the $51 right. And suck it up. I mean, it's $51. Suck it up, it's $51. Move on to be happy. I will spend more than that in a restaurant in a night most of the time. So, I mean, it's $51.
Mary Green, yes, Quad Cities. Yes, she posted Iowa Quad Cities.
Yeah, okay. Larry mentioned about okra. So I always do okra starts in the house and then I transplant them. Last year I had 3 okra, and it was my first year growing okra. I had no idea that these things turn into like trees. I had to saw them down at the end of the season because like, the stalks were like that big around. They were so massive. I mean, I think actually
it's like bamboo.
Oh my God, it was insane. Actually, I think the stalks are still in the chicken run because I ended up having to pull like the roots out too eventually. And like, I was like, here, chickens, have fun. But yeah, I can't wait. But anyway, okay. $51 in drinks. I mean, JK, you know me. Like I think my Casa Amigos is $51 a fifth. So yeah, like I spend $51 on things all the time. So $51 isn't that big of a deal. So I'll just pay the ticket. I'm still going to slut shame Philadelphia Parking Authority for being the whore that it is. And I can't believe it. Yeah. Grow pot. I will not be growing marijuana at any time. Don't get me wrong. I may enjoy an edible every once in a while, but no, I would not risk it. In Maryland, you cannot grow marijuana. And I will say my dad actually used to grow. Want to hear a great story about my dad growing marijuana? Okay, so my family was religious. My grandfather was a Pentecostal preacher. So us family would always go to church together on Sunday mornings. But then Wednesday evening, we had like these like, I don't know, it was like Wednesday night, like I had like a missionettes and my brother had Royal Rangers, kind of like the Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts of church. So we would always go there on Wednesday nights. Well, apparently, while we were at church on Wednesday nights, my dad was digging a secret tunnel and grow room in the basement. Now, this is not the house we live in. This is a long time ago. Okay. So my dad dug a tunnel. So in the very back, like cellar, like it was the room that was underneath the garage, very back room. He basically dug a tunnel that went in and then over to a room. And you could stand up in this room. You had to crawl through the tunnel to get to the room. So my dad, once I was like 14, I let my family know that I started smoking pot with my friends and stuff. So then my dad says, this is awesome. Now that the girl smokes weed, I don't have to hide it anymore. So like, so then when I was 15, to prove how cool he is, he tells me, yeah, I used to grow weed. I used to grow pot. Like, what? It's like, yeah, there's a grow room in the house. Like, what do you mean there's a grow room in the house? Yeah, it's got a hidden entrance. You'll never find it. I took that as a challenge. When I started taking, like, I took a hammer, like a claw hammer, and I'm trying to pull back like paneling in the basement. My dad was like, whoa, 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 whoa. He's like, okay, I'll show you where it's at. So we proceed to this back room and he has a wall. It was a wooden wall and it had a bunch of jigs because he did like woodworking. He takes off the jigs, puts them on the table. Then he grabs these two pegs that the jigs were on and he lifts up and he pulls it out from the bottom and he puts this big panel over here. And sure enough, there's like a hole. And I crawl in and he didn't have anything in there at the time. Like it was just, like a insulated room, but there was nothing left. Like he had cleaned it out because his daughter made things a little too hot, so he had to like make sure there was no evidence that anything like that ever happened. But yeah, you
were a wild child, weren't you?
I had my moments. Yeah. One day, I don't know if K-Pro is still in the room, but one day I'm going to have to tell a story. Yeah. So I told K-Pro a story on the way to West Yellowstone from Bozeman Airport. Now, this is the first time K-Pro and I ever met. It was last September. And I'm telling her the story. And at some point, she must have not been listening or whatever, but K-Pro thought I murdered somebody. She thought I killed somebody from my story. And then, but she proceeded to stay in a hotel with me, even though she thought I killed somebody. And she actually texted Mike and said, yeah, things are going good, but I think Shannon might have killed somebody. One day I'll tell that story. But meanwhile, I'm just going to laugh at K-Pro because it was so funny. We were in Santa Fe. It's like the last day. It was the last night in Santa Fe. I'm in a hotel room. K-Pro and Cynthia were staying together. I had my own room. This is probably why K-Pro made me get my own room because she thought I killed somebody. But I was in there with them. We were talking about everything that happened during our trip, figuring out what we were going to say when we went live. And I'm telling Cynthia the story. And I don't know, I can't remember if we get to a point where Cynthia's like, or I think K-Pro was like, so wait, he didn't die? I was like, you thought he died? What?
I thought she was upset.
Like, what? It was the best. It was the best. I was like, wait a minute, you thought I killed somebody and you still stayed in a hotel room with me in West Yellowstone? Like, and you still invited me on this trip? Like, what? It was so funny. I love you, K-Pro.
K-Pro's got some stone.
Oh my God. To me, it's hilarious. Like, yeah, no, fortunately I never killed anybody. It did not happen. No, nobody died in the process. And even after I do bad things to people, they still love me for some really weird reason. It's kind of cool, actually. All right. So anyway, I'm going to say goodnight now. I think I might go get food or go get ready for bed. I haven't decided yet. Maybe go get a drink. Maybe that's what I'll do. You're gonna go get food, but you're what? Like Iowa is Central Time? Is Central Time? Is that where you are?
Yep.
All right. Well, maybe I'll go find something to pick on.
7:45.
You know, K-Pro, maybe I'll do a show just telling that story. You know, that'll be the whole topic of the show, is just this, like the story where K-Pro thought I killed somebody. I feel like that needs
There
to
we
be a
go.
show of its own. All right, guys, thanks for hopping on and following
Thanks for
along on
having me,
my
Shannon.
Philadelphia parking crap. Yes, thank you for hopping on. It was good chatting with you. All right, guys, have a good night. Stay tuned for more shenanigans.